If only we could consult a magic crystal ball about the future, making life decisions would be easier. Does this thought ever cross your mind? How great would it be if the future could flash in a shining glass ball by simply chanting a few lines? But as you know, that's not how we roll in Singapore Real Estate Insider. We don't leave everything to fate and luck.
So the big question is this: how busy professionals and homeowners like us make six-figure profits from the property we own safely by doing it with research, data, and numbers. How do we buy in a way without complications and half-guessing, regardless of the market conditions, and still remain profitable? That is the question. Here, I will share with you exactly what we do and how we do it. My name is Edmund, and welcome to Singapore Real Estate Insider.
Hey, this is Edmund, your Singapore Real Estate Insider. Everyone who follows us knows that we prefer making smart moves through research and data instead of relying on gut feelings or second-guessing our way when it comes to property decisions. If you are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button now so you can get real-time updates and learn how to make wise investments for yourself and your family through properties. So let me answer this for you. Will there be a housing crash in 2023 and beyond? This question has so many hits in Google search alone. So let's look at what the future holds. Before anything else, let me remind you that no one can predict how the market will behave in the future with 100% accuracy. But what we can always do is to check back the facts and figures and listen to trusted experts about their thoughts. Nonetheless, these ideas can help us create a realistic expectations about the market in the coming months or years. Do note as well that these factors should not get a significant share of control when making investment decisions. What would sway it, however, is your current situation and financial health. Number one, houses are selling like pancakes. Yes, they are coming in hot. In America, home buyers' stress is high due to the scarcity of available homes. In fact, sellers get an average of 20 inquiries per home, offering thousands of dollars above the market rate. And it's the same for Singapore as well. In January 2022, the URA reported that developers sold almost 13,000 units of private residentials in 2021. We already saw a 3.5% increase in home sales at the start of 2022 alone. This year, the URA states that in the third quarter of 2022, 1,455 of uncompleted units were already launched by developers, compared with the almost 2,000 units in the previous quarter. As for numbers of residential units sold, developers closed 2,187 units, excluding the ECs, in the third quarter of 2022, compared with 2,397 units sold in the previous quarter. Let me set you up a bit. If you are a property homeowner who's looking to sell, now is probably a good time to put your property out in the market. Why? When there is a lack of supply, it's time for prices to go up and up. That's your opportunity. But before that, let's talk first. Reach out to me how you can take advantage of this environment right now. Number two, the prices are high. As we learn in economics, low supply and high demand are the recipe for high prices. Singapore is currently facing a housing shortage as well, comparing the number of new possible owners with the country's current number of available homes. Check out this data from the URA on how the prices of private residential properties grew by 3.8% in third quarter of 2022, compared with the 3.5% increase in the previous quarter. Want to make a guess who are the buyers in the current market currently? The foreigners? The Chinese? Singaporeans? PRs? Share your guess in the comment below and I will like your take on it and perhaps produce a video on who are the actual buyers currently buying properties in Singapore. That research might surprise you. As for renters, URA reports that the figures have increased by 8.6% in third quarter of 2022 compared with 6.7% increase in the previous quarters. Rentals of non-landed properties increased by 7% compared with the previous 7.7% in the previous quarter. Non-landed property rentals in the CCR, on the other hand, increased by 7% in the third quarter of 2022 compared with the 7.7% increase in the previous quarter, while RCR rentals climbed by 9.6% compared with the 5.9% hike in the previous quarters. Rentals in OCR increased by 8.8% compared with the 7.7% in the previous quarter as per URA. This has not been seen before in the past where sales price and rental prices climb at the same rate. We are in a very unique situation right now, but there are still opportunities we have uncovered amidst all the going-ons. The key is to stick to the data and numbers as well as fundamentals to guide us properly. With everything going on, we have to be extra careful in our property plans. This dilemma of supply and demand will be the main driver of the prices, despite the cooling measures implemented by the government. But we can assume that prices will increase slowly compared to the other countries. If you have been renting and are worried about the rising rental, now could be a good time for you to explore how you can own one instead of renting. The cost of renting has surpassed the cost of owning, and the switch will potentially help you save more money. Number 3. The interest rates are climbing up. The US Federal Reserve brought the interest rates down to near zero at the start of the pandemic in early 2020. These affordable credit opportunities have led many buyers to grab them before they are gone. However, the Fed has changed its statement to help fight inflation. As we speak, banks would have raised their interest rates or suspended their fixed loan in lieu of floating ones. Will Singapore interest rates continue at such a high rate? How do interest rates react with inflation? If you're unsure about this, it will be good for you to jump to these other videos around the corner where I covered in depth about how our interest rate environment and most importantly, where does this go in the future. In the video, I also review a secret strategy that even with rising interest rates, we have no fear of our increased mortgage loan as we have ways to keep them in check. Are you a homeowner or investor now? What if you can pay a much lower mortgage monthly even with the rising interest rates? What? Sure not. So remember to watch that after this video. Number 4. The demand for homes will still be high. Will buyer demand for housing remain strong? Despite the pandemic's consequences and everything that is going on in the world, experts have noted that now houses are sold quicker in 2021. Singapore developers claim that they sold 13,000 residential properties last year alone. That's 3,000 more units compared to 2020. While it has toned down a little bit by 2022, the demand is still higher than in pre-pandemic years. This demand is mainly caused by the next generation coming by their prime home buying age and HDB upgraders. More families have upgraded from HDBs to more spacious private properties to accommodate remote work and learning. With better earning power in each family household, instead of the traditional one-income family in the past, we have majority dual-income parents now. With higher capacity of income, it's a natural progression many will start looking at more leverage through property to grow their wealth. Are you also a dual-income family right now? Do you have thoughts of owning more than one properties? Share in the comment. I would love to hear from you. Do you know that 25,000 HDB flats MOP in 2021? This fueled the demand for larger space like private condos. Even HDB resale prices are at its peak right now. Then there's the onslaught of Singaporeans returning to the country and needing to buy properties after years of work abroad. Number 5. House inventories will still be low. Singapore is experiencing a huge gap between the demand and supply of homes. The past years haven't been great for most of Singapore's construction sector. They had to shut down during the peak of COVID-19 cases and are experiencing a lack of manpower. Stricter measures are still in place for everyone's safety, which slows down the completion rate. We can't wait for this pandemic to be over, right? This year, we only have 11 new launch projects, and the government is scrimping on land sales. With lesser supply, sing together with me, prices will increase. So will there be a housing crash in 2023? The signs are not pointing to a housing crash. Its chances are very low. Experts say that the market has changed tremendously since the recession of 2007 to 2009. Stricter loan policies are also implemented since 2013. The cooling measures are there to restrict three things: over-borrowing, over-commitment, and over-leverage. This is to ensure buyers will be able to pay, and most of all, the housing supply will still be insufficient for the following years and might not catch on to the demand for a while. I cover this in details of how 2013 cooling measures have come a long way to today and indirectly helping us to continue to speak about properties and find opportunities still. I did a coaching session, a private one with my investors and clients a while back about how we can still find golden opportunities in the marketplace. How about you comment 2013 below and I will send the recorded video to you. Why is it important to understand and increase your property knowledge? Because if you have invested in a property recently, with the various measures in place, your property value won't drop like a rock. You won't want that to happen to your property, right? If you have been holding on to yours for a while, now might be a good time to explore what else you can do for better leverage. With Singapore Real Estate Insider, we have unlocked the formula for making the right and timely investments through research and data, so everyone, including busy professionals like you, can make the most of their money safely. Reach out to us to learn more and let's reach our financial goals together.